Hey, it's Melbu, and I'm here today with my first impressions of Immortals Fenyx Rising. I've played it for a few hours now, just testing it out, getting a feel for what the game is like. Does it soar above expectations, or is it just another Zelda clone? Let's find out. So you're introduced to these familiar but also not familiar characters, Zeus and Prometheus. I say not familiar because this is the strangest introduction I've had to these mythological characters. They seem like big baby versions of the Soprano characters, and I'm not feeling it. And this kind of humorous tone continues throughout the whole game, at least through my playthrough, with Prometheus narrating the story and Zeus making wisecracks. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy this, but this kind of thing is not for everyone. The game so far has lacked gravity. You're told why you're doing things and why you should feel, anything about these things, but it doesn't have a sense of urgency. I know that some have said this about Breath of the Wild, but I feel compared to this game, they did a better job with that. As far as being a Zelda clone, I would say Zelda, it's more like Zelda inspired. Yes, it has similar mechanics, but calling it a clone would make it a carbon copy, and it is not. I feel like we get carried away with those kinds of comments. There have been Zelda clones made that are truly clones that are literally the same game, but this is not one of them. The story isn't the same, the controls are similar, but in all honesty, not as polished as Breath of the Wild. They are good, don't get me wrong, but they are very straightforward and leave little room to imagination. I could be wrong, maybe things will be different later in the game, but as I said, this is a first impressions, and once I finish the game, I will do a full review and tell you what I think. So cool thing they have in the game is they have a character customization. You can make the character male or female, change different features on their face, their hair color, scars, no scars, face paint. It's a pretty cool addition. It's just cosmetics. It's really not that big of a deal. The variations aren't huge, but it's something cool that they have in the game. So Zeus and Prometheus, talk a bunch of crap to each other, agree on, the mortals helping. Then they introduce your character, you pick them, set them up, like I was saying. And then you just wake up on a beach, and they kind of like shoo you off on your journey. And at first, it feels a little clunky, the movement, but you kind of get used to it. The climbing, I feel, is not that great. Like, I hope it gets better. I hope maybe there's an update for like how the climbing works, but as of right now, it's a mediocre version in comparison to the climbing in Breath of the Wild. As far as combat goes, it can be pretty satisfying. There's some good animations for when you kill enemies. The flow is alright. The movement of the camera is okay. I overall have mixed feelings about it. Obviously, I just started playing it, so I'm not like an expert in the combat of it, but I think, it's fun. Like, I think it has like great potential. I think once you get more moves maybe later in the game, or more weapons, which you do end up getting like a couple weapons pretty quickly, like an axe and a bow, like pretty quick off the rip. So it does like quickly get better as far as what you can do, but I still feel like it's a lot of just button mashing. So even early on, as soon as like you finish one of the first tasks, there's puzzles like already in your starting area. You can do a couple of them, you get coins, other items. There's also ambrosia, which I haven't quite gotten to what that's going to do yet. Obviously I know what it does in Greek mythology, but I don't know exactly what that does yet, and I'm pretty sure the coins are used for upgrading your character, but I have not unlocked that yet. As I said, I'm very early on in the game, but I like that they have like some of the diversions in there already, because sometimes you don't want to like super jump into the game yet. You want to explore the world, see what it looks like, all the different nooks and crannies. At least that's how I like to play, open world games. So I'm going to show you a scene that's coming right up that'll sum up basically the tone for the entire game. It's just a lot of humor. Like, I haven't caught a serious tone the whole game so far. So if that's if you want a game to chill out, have fun, and just enjoy the game, this is the game. If you want a serious tone game and you want to feel like you're saving the world, this is not it.
But you really got me with that ending. Now let's settle up. Time for you to help me against Typhon.
It's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
So they have these portals that take you in to a different realm, and you go around and solve the puzzles in order to get to the end. So far, at the end of each puzzle, I've found Zeus's lightning, and also a new weapon at the end. I found a bow, found an axe, also the wings as well, which have been cool so far, but all I've got is a double jump right now. I haven't learned how to fly yet, but I'm kind of hyped for that. I'll let you guys know what that's like. But overall, I would say I'm enjoying this game. I think it has a lot of potential as far as like, enjoyment by other people and all different kinds of people. Personally, I feel like it could have been better. Also, I don't know why they changed the name halfway through production. I'm not really sure what was going on with that whole thing. It was originally called Gods and Monsters. Now it's called Immortals Fenyx Rising. Like, I get it. Her name's Phoenix, or his name's Phoenix, depending on how you decide to go with your character. But I'm just overall like confused on like the whole marketing of this. I felt like it wasn't marketed very well. I feel like there was very little marketing. The only reason why I know about it is because I try to keep up on games, but it's kind of not been talked about a lot, and I feel like that's a shame. So another thing about this game, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Epic Games is involved. So you're gonna have microtransactions, and that's cool, I guess. Like, if you're really into skins and stuff like that, there's a lot of cool different skins for your swords, your wings, your character. I don't really see a point in all of that. I kind of think that's annoying. At first, when I heard about this game, I thought it was just going to be, an RPG. But it seems like there's a lot more RPGs coming out with these microtransactions for, extra stuff. And I feel like it takes away from the game, because you have your character. You should be able to get gear in the game, make your character look different through those means. But then sometimes it just erases the whole, feeling when you get new gear. Like, I don't think that gear is going to change the skin of the character once you buy one of those skins. So why buy the skin? Because you won't get that great feeling of getting that new armor in the chest that you discovered on the map. I don't know. It's just I hate microtransactions. They're just so annoying. So while I was working on footage for this, I was streaming it for my buddies on Discord, and this was their impression of it, which was comical and spot on.
Alright, let me fucking tune back in on Tamms. Gave you Zeus's bolt. Great, yes. Tim's playing God of War for kids. He's playing God of War, the Disney edition.
What the hell is this? Oh, is that game you're talking about? Why is it so laggy for me?
Because he's recording at the same time, and his PC is exploding.
I'm gonna say, Jesus
He's got
Christ.
8 million things running.
And the strength of Heracles. Phoenix was
So overall, I give this game so far a 6 out of 10, subject to change once I finish the game. I say it's worth a buy, but don't get into those microtransactions. They're just stupid. If you enjoyed this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. This month is going to be heavy with games and updates, and you're not going to want to miss it. And as always, have a great day.